morning. It is 2 days before we leave for Ottawa, and I was supposed to vlog all weekend. Unfortunately, I came down with what is believed to be norovirus, so I think the lighting is not the greatest in here. I'm gonna move upstairs into the apartment, and also I'm sure you don't want to look at this beautiful sprinkler for like 3-4 minutes while I talk. Trying to find like a clean corner of the apartment, but as you can see, it's not like the cleanest right now. We've got like laundry that still needs to be folded. I just tossed my coat there because why not? And John just bought these pants yesterday, so you apparently cannot put those in the dryer. The bed is also not made. I explained why a couple videos ago why I don't make the bed when I get up right away. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually find this stuff and then I'll put y'all on the tripod shortly. Hang on. I was able to find my little tripod, but I decided to shoot on my taller tripod just because I figured it would be easier. I'm just gonna not do that. Don't do that. Hello, hi, good morning. Yes, it is just after 4 a.m. on February 18th, and what a saga, let me tell you people. Do not get norovirus. I do not recommend it. At least I'm 98% sure I had norovirus. Apparently it's been going around. People are getting sick again. The running joke around here is that there's winter and then there's like fall, spring, and then there's winter again. Friday, I was feeling a little bit off and I was like, well, you know, it's probably just something I ate. I've been eating a lot of eggs recently and maybe I just didn't boil them right for like late breakfast, late lunch kind of thing. And I thought it's probably just the eggs. And then we thought it was roast beef that I had because those were the two things that John and I had that were different. Usually it's like I'll have a roast beef wrap and some hard-boiled eggs for work. Saturday, I like went to work out. I had like another personal best. I didn't really do too much because I was like trying to rest up ahead of Ottawa, knowing that the following day was going to be like all packing, and I had some work that I wanted to get done in advance of me leaving. So I went to the gym. I was feeling pretty proud of myself, and then all of a sudden I was just like, oh god, I have like the worst indigestion. I'm waist training right now, mainly to help with my posture when I'm, you know, using the cable machine, or if I am lifting weights, that I am fully like standing in a way that is supportive, you know, I'm engaging my core and whatnot. No, I am not trying to get an hourglass figure, but if I happen to get that while I waist train, I'm not mad. I put on my waist trainer after my shower just to give it like an extra 2 hours before I went to bed, and I was sitting on the couch and all of a sudden I was feeling this weird, it was like a gurgling sound, and I thought that's really odd, and I thought maybe it's the waist trainer. So off the waist trainer came. All of a sudden, like within an hour, I started feeling really hot, and I was like, great, I'm sick. And I thought I probably just have like a cold. But then the weird thing was I didn't have a runny nose, I didn't have a cough. It was also weird that the temperature I was having, it was just under a fever. I literally logged on to Reddit the next day and there were a whole bunch of people asking if there was a stomach bug going around, and I said to John, like, I can't keep any food down, I'm really having problems. Sunday and Monday, complete write-off, and all I've been eating are Haichu, Gatorade. I had broth on Saturday or Sunday night because I couldn't eat anything. And then yesterday I had a half a cup of couscous. My stomach could handle that. I haven't really been eating all that much in the way of solids. I'm still really nervous to go back to eating solids. So like I am going back to work today because I do feel a lot better. I am literally only having Gatorade and chicken broth, which really sucks. I mean, the last thing I want to do is get anybody else sick, but I think it's been long enough, and I feel like the big contagious sort of period was Sundays. I think we're okay to go back to work, and unfortunately I have 5 meetings today, so it's not like I can cancel them and say like, hey y'all, let's meet like later on this week, because I'm literally gone as of Thursday morning. I still need to pack. I have work that's due for clients that I need to like catch up on. Now that I'm up early today, I am hoping to buy back some time. I'm so bummed that I was sick these last 2 days, because it was like imperative for me to be able to prepare for this trip, and it's such a loss. But this is life, right? Like, one of my favorite things that my trainer reminds me of is things happen, life happens. Winter, she's like, I hate winter. It is the worst, because that's when everybody really gets sick. It's funny because I'm the opposite. Like, I usually get really sick in the summer, like just before the summer starts. There's not much you can do, unfortunately, and it is what it is. It's really about how we get up and get moving, right? In this video, what I'm basically gonna do is just sort of walk you through how I'm getting ready for Ottawa. The big thing will be, you know, making sure that some of my traditional clothes are okay, and making sure that I'm as prepped as possible for Friday. Friday is the big gala, and then Saturday is the panel. But I am a little bit more concerned about the gala, because I am bringing like this beautiful barong with me, and I don't want it to be, you know, damaged. I will be bringing my other barong just in case, but that's as a backup, and I actually don't know what to wear with that in the event that I have to wear it. We do have time, so like on the Thursday, if we need to go somewhere, or sorry, on the Friday, if we need to go somewhere and buy a dress to wear underneath, then I can do that. But it's my preference to obviously wear what I've brought with me, and I think that the dress will be fine. I'm just paranoid that because the fabric is so delicate, I just get paranoid. Anyways, I'm gonna get to work, and that's basically what's happened to me in the last 2 days, and I'm so mad about it. But this is life. I have parked, made it to work. The driving was fine. The bridge was fine. I'm gonna go inside, get to work. I don't think I can film anything. So use your imagination to conjure up what I was doing at work. But yeah, I will see you when I get out of City Hall. Okay, Dia, sorry, we gotta shut you off for a sec. Hello, it is just after work. It's like 4:40. I had errands to run, which included taking back this to have packaged by Staples and sent back to where I'd ordered it from, and then going to Daiso, but I got my errands mixed up. I am currently at the Daiso, about to run in because it's 4:40. I think the Staples, the counter that accepts returns is closed at 6, so I have time, and thank goodness the Staples is just across the street. Since I'm already here, I'm gonna go in to Daiso and check and see if they have any of these, like this bun thing and like some hairnets. Today went really well at work. I had so many meetings, but like all of them were super productive and very positive, so very happy about that. And I cannot believe how quickly 7 hours goes by. Like, it's actually offensive to me how quickly 7 hours goes by. I'm gonna go head into Daiso now, and I'm gonna go see if they have these little buns that I'm looking for, these like donut things that I'm looking for my hair. Daiso run was moderately successful. I managed to find one of the 2 things I needed, so I'm hoping this bun net is okay at minimum. It definitely looks more like my hair color than the other net did. I did find a chignon maker, which, while it was pretty much what I was looking for, I didn't trust how thin and like how small it was, so I opted to not buy it. The other great thing that I found at Daiso was this makeup pouch. This is a brave claim to make, that I only have this much makeup to bring, but I will show it to you properly at home, and I am going to return this and say goodbye to it. Oh my god, that Amazon drop-off was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. I cannot believe how convenient that is. I forgot there's a London Drugs here, so I'm gonna check here for a bun maker or a donut for the hair. I'm pretty sure LD is gonna have it, and if they don't, I will have to go to H&M tomorrow. Thank you, London Drugs. Absolute lifesaver. So good news, I went into London Drugs and mission accomplished. So I did the Staples return, like I said, easiest freaking thing on earth. Cannot recommend it enough. And I think that just makes it easier because they have one pickup point. I got the last one on the shelf. This one is actually round. It is not flat. Take note, Amazon seller. This is the Goody Ouchless donut, and I like that it's like a neutral color, so this will work perfectly on my hair. This is what I usually use. But I bought the H&M ones last time because they were like 2 for $5. I'm sure they're not that price anymore. This was $6.99 at London Drugs. By the way, if you're watching this and you're like, what the hell is London Drugs? It is a lovely drugstore. So if you're ever in Canada and you're like trying to figure out what drugstores to go to, I always recommend to people to go to like London Drugs or Shoppers Drug Mart. John has been so awesome and I wanted to get him a treat, so I got him these dill pickle goldfish crackers and they're spicy, so we'll see if he likes these. They're like dill and spicy, how could you not? Revlon has brought back the Super Lustrous lip balms, which when they discontinued these, I was so mad. The first iteration of these were incredible. I bought the color Glazed Mauve. I bought this because I needed something that was a bit more moisturizing. I do have a lot of Revlon lipsticks that I really like, but they're great in the summer. I wore a Revlon lipstick to work last week and it just flaked after 2 hours, and I think it's just because of we're in a dry, wintry, cold season. It's not as moisturizing, so I'm hoping that these are still as good as they were, if not better. So I'm gonna go home because I am tired and I actually have more work I need to do. So off we go back home. I'm gonna like eat dinner, like do some work, eat dinner, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. I think I can start eating solid foods again. At the bare minimum, I'm gonna have most likely some couscous again with a little bit of broth, but I want to make sure I'm going in with some carbs because I have not eaten all day today except for like a massive container of broth. All right, I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna go home. Hello, we are officially in Wednesday, even though it is still technically the first day that I was shooting. Stroke of midnight. John went to bed, but I didn't get a chance to film because he just started throwing stuff into my suitcase and I was busy doing some work. Right to 9:40, I did not go to the gym, as you can see. I gave up on the work pants when I got home. It was just like not comfortable. I had my first solids meal in like 3 days and it was amazing. I had spaghetti with meat sauce and I was very careful to not eat it so quickly. I ended up doing a whole bunch of work right to 9:30, answering a bunch of emails and making a couple of appointments. And then I realized that my dentist appointment was not in the afternoon. It's actually like first thing in the morning. So I was like, ugh. I had said that I was okay to go to a meeting at work and now I can't go and I'm super mad. But that's on me. I just did not fill in my calendar, and this is kind of the price you pay for like going on vacation, coming back, and then literally traveling again. Every week I usually sit down and fill up my calendar. Did not do that. Just wanted to show you what I have done with my suitcase. If you happen to hear John snoring, I am sorry, but this is what the suitcase is looking like right now. It is a hot mess, but one of those trust the process things. This is a like fuzzy coat. It is not a fur coat. It's not even like a faux fur coat. It's like a fuzzy sort of coat. Once you lift this, you can see that there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. And so John actually started to just throw stuff into my suitcase, and I've packed a bunch of stuff. He checked the weather, and I believe he said one day was -8 and the other was -12. So I think we're like looking at an average of those two numbers. One of the panelists, she and I have sort of been going back and forth over Instagram, and she said there is a lot of snow there. So I want to dress warmly, and yes, while I do have some like nice things, quote unquote, in my suitcase, I've also packed some Uniqlo. They're like thermal base, and I've worn it to colder places and it has like kept me warm. You probably can't see a lot here, but I have packed a suit, and underneath that I have a backup suit for the panel that I'm participating in. I've got this top that I made, which, fun fact, is actually the same material as our pillows. Backup top, and then just under here, like I said, I've got like most of my stuff is ready to go. I just need to add a few things. So I have like hair ties. I've got the donut that I bought in here. Unfortunately, the nets did not work out. They're too small. So I'm gonna bring them just in case, but I'll probably just be doing my hair in a bun with this donut and then sort of pinning it to death to make sure that it stays in place. Brought a scarf, and I brought a couple of sweaters. I brought my favorite goose sweater. It just says honk, so this guy here. I think I got it for my birthday 4 or 5 years ago when like Untitled Goose Game was a thing. If you haven't seen my Untitled Goose Game video, by the way, I will link it in the cards. It's actually a lot of fun. A basic black sweater. I brought 2 pairs of shoes. What I'm gonna do is they're both pairs of heels, but I'm gonna wear my Timberlands, which I'll show you in a sec. For like the rest of our time out there, I have these Timberlands that I got from this place called Turnabout. And Turnabout, they allow you to trade in stuff, consign stuff, or like just straight up sell. And I happened to go in there, I can't remember when it was, maybe it was last year or the year before. I think it was the year before. And I was trading in some items and I saw these and they were $2 after trade-in. They do need a little bit of a cleaning, but honestly, I'm just gonna wait till we get back because I don't know what the salt situation or the brining situation is like in Ottawa. These are gonna be the shoes I wear to the airport. They look clunky and chunky, but they're actually very, very light. John actually took this out of the box. This is our new case for the PC. We have quite a few things still that we need to incorporate and like purchase to get everything built, but this is like a huge step. He was telling me that the case that we currently have right now in the bedroom, I think it was like $400. This case was about $150. So the fact that he got this case on sale and the fans in that tower are significantly better and like well improved versus what we currently have, along with the mechanisms to like be able to clean the tower regularly, infinitely better in this than what we have. A couple USB ports down there. I think that's a USB-C port, and then that's the power button. And there are a few other things obviously he's gonna have to build to like incorporate, like we still need a motherboard and stuff. This is a really nice case. I love the like detailing here. We're thinking of calling it Panda and just getting like black and white bits and bobs for it. I really like I like this texturing. It's really cool detail. And some texturing here. The fans, I think we'll do like a little like computer case tour once we build this thing out, but this is going to be really nice and he can talk about everything. And I think that's pretty much it. I just have a little bit of editing left to do. I'm gonna wash my face, hop into bed, and I've set my alarm for 6 a.m. So I'm probably gonna try and get like 5.5 hours of sleep. I definitely don't want to sleep through my alarm tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean Thursday, because that's flight day. And I do need to take a break and like just stop working and like stop doing things. Once I've finished this first round of editing, I'm definitely gonna hop into bed. Tomorrow morning is the first look at my Invisalign, which I'm like mixed emotions about, because on the one hand, you know, I got used to my teeth and how they looked, and I was really proud of having this really different smile. And you know, if my teeth are a little bit big at the front, so what? And then it turned out to actually be a health thing where it's like, well, if you just keep this going, you know, it can really impact your mouth structure and like your ability to breathe. And I just didn't want to deal with that. And I felt like prevention would be a smaller price to pay than curing it down the line. And I just really didn't want to have it become a thing down the line. So I am a little bit sad that, you know, some of my like what you see here might be changing, but I do have crooked teeth and it is becoming a health hazard, which it's an expensive fix now, but I think investing in myself and just making sure that this gets taken care of is great. I think it's really exciting that it's finally getting done, but yeah, I hope that I still have, you know, some of the characteristics of my smile. The smile that was sort of generated by Invisalign was kind of sad. I'm like, who even is that? But I hope that it's just AI that's a little bit sideways, not 100% all there. I will try to bring you with me. I will try and see if I can like take some pictures and sort of talk a little bit about what the doctor did, and then I'll be going back to work after that. I'm gonna say goodnight for now, and off we go to the next day, I guess. Well, we are on the next day, but you know what I mean. Good morning. You probably cannot see me. It is too early for this, but that's fine. It is just approaching 7 a.m. next day, and by next day I mean the same day I went to bed. So it's really, really early. I'm just walking over to catch the bus to go to the dentist, so hopefully everything is running on time. Hello, everybody. I actually just got back from Ottawa. I don't think I filmed anything to do with my Invisalign, if I'm recalling correctly, but I wanted to, and yes, my pajamas, because I'm exhausted. Had an early dinner and took a nap because I was just so tired. I'm so sorry. And you'll probably be hearing the laundry in the background, so I do apologize for that. I wanted to talk about getting Invisalign because that's the last part before we go on our trip. Our trip was amazing. I will say that you are going to see the trip in the following video. So I went in to go ask about my Invisalign and get the first look. The projection is that base treatment will take 26 weeks, which is incredibly exciting, and that means the base treatment will be done before the pageant, which is so like, I'm very, very happy to hear that. I did ask to get all my aligners in advance because that is apparently an option, and a coworker, well, my supervisor actually at work, she said, hey, I got all my aligners when I went for my first look, so you should be able to get yours too. And I said, oh, that's cool. My dentist, who also practices, I believe, orthodontics, he had told me that I was probably going to need to come back every 4 to 6 weeks, but I wasn't 100% sure like why. We finally got to see the whole model of my teeth, and my roots are something else. I don't know how to describe it. It's really crowded in there. It's really small in there. But when I got the first look done, he told me that they were only going to probably be able to hit 90% of the projection, which is still better than where I'm at right now. And just looking at where my teeth are in my mouth, also the risk around like gums and stuff was crazy to hear about. And so I asked, like, can I take my aligners all home at once? And he said, I can send you home with all of them, but it's my preference to treat you every X amount of weeks just because I want to monitor you. Apparently I have some thinner gums than usual, like I have, and also just with some of my risk factors in my family, so like high blood pressure and whatnot. He just wants to make sure that I am monitored safely, not that there's anything he believes is going to go super duper wrong, but he just wants to err on the side of caution. Some parts are a bit thinner, and sometimes people can start to see when they do Invisalign, in cases like mine where the gum is so thin, sometimes they start to see where it's a bit thinner, the roots start to be exposed, which can bring with it the risk of necrosis, infection, things like that. So he's just trying to be cautious, and I totally understand, but it does mean I do have to go back every 4 to 6 weeks and get just monitored to make sure that nothing is sort of poking out or coming out, or and that everything should be where it should be. I'm supposedly getting my first trays this coming week. They're gonna call me when they come in. I have a feeling it won't be till later on in the week, and quite frankly, I hope it's not till later on in the week because it's just been so overwhelming. But to just quickly talk about how the trip went, it was incredible. It was too short. I wish we had more time. I met so many incredible people. It was an absolute whirlwind. It was the epitome of blink and you'll miss it, and it just went by so quickly. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. This was a lot. There was a lot going on this week, but we made it, and I can't wait to see you in the next video when we basically cover the trip, which is so crazy to me. Bye! Magikarp says bye too. Bye.